Okay, good morning everyone. Again, presented today the private conference for goods and services under invitation to bid number 2024-009. We are live via YouTube in compliance to Department Order number 06 series of 2024, which telling us to stream activities like this for accountability and transparency of procurement processes. Before we proceed, we request the Secretary to please acknowledge those who are present here today.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Present for today's activity, pre-bid conference for goods and services, August 29, 2024. Our chairperson, Engineer Edwin Arnapo.
Present.
Vice chairperson, Engineer Lorna Biroki.
Present.
Regular member, Engineer Leslie P.
Present.
Provisional members, Engineer Jeffrey C. Samon.
Present.
And Ms. Sherlyn D. Vici.
Present.
From the Procurement Unit, Acting Head, Engineer Arthur Noel Indor.
Present.
Back Secretary, your Surgery of Michelle Macau. From the Back DPWH, headed by Engineer Jackie Andalucillo. The end user from the Maintenance Section, Engineer John Carlos Montevista.
Present.
And representative from CCWI, Mr. Ray D. That's all, Mr.
Okay, thank you. Since the majority of the back members are present, I hereby declare a quorum and call this meeting to order. We have a basic agenda for this activity. 1A, the basic contract data. 1B, requirements of bidding documents. 1C, documents to be submitted by the bidders. 1D, criteria and procedure for eligibility check. 2, questions, comments from bidders and replies of BAC and other representatives procuring entity. 3, other matters to strike policy. 4, summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. Any motion to adopt this agenda?
I move to adopt the present agenda.
Second generation.
It has been moved by Engineer Samon, seconded by Engineer Benito, and with no objection to adopt this agenda is hereby approved. We have first order in business is the 1A, a basic contract data, and this will be presented to us by Ma'am Shirley Singh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. So here is the basic contract data for goods to be procured under ITD number 2024-009. Number 1, contract ID 24GLI 0020 with PR number 2024-07-092 dated July 17, 2024. Contract name, supply and delivery of common office supplies for use in the office of the District Engineer, DPWH Davao de Oro, 2nd DEO, Compostela, Davao de Oro, 3rd quarter. Contract location, Davao de Oro. Brief description of goods to be procured. Ballpoint pen, 0.5, black fine. Battery, 9 volts. Battery AA. Battery AAA. Binder clip, 1 and 1/2 inch, 38.1 mm. Binder clip, 1 and 1/4 inches, 32 mm. Binder clip, 1 inch, 25 mm. Binder clip, 2 inches, 51 mm. Binder clip, 3/4 inch, 19 mm. Binder folder, side clip A3, 3 inches. Binder folder, side clip A4, 2 inches. Binder folder, side clip A4, 3 inches. Binder folder, side clip long, 3 inches. Binder folder, top clip A4, 3 inches. Binder folder, top clip long, 3 inches. Bond paper A3, substance 20. Bond paper A4, substance 20. Bond paper short, substance 20. Bookends, metal, and 127 other items. Approved budget for the contract, 2,596,154.41 pesos. Source of funds, Ilaw CY 2024. Delivery date of goods, 20 calendar days. Cost of key documents, 5,000 pesos. Contract ID 24GLI 0021, PR number 2024-07-094, dated July 17, 2022. Contract name, supply and delivery of printer consumables for use in the office of the District Engineer, DPWH Davao de Oro, 2nd DEO, Compostela, Davao de Oro, 3rd quarter 2024. Contract location, Davao de Oro. Brief description of goods to be procured. Apios C3060 belt cleaner 042K94671. Apios C3060 black PNM 22K. Apios C3060 cyan PNM 15K. Apios C3060 DABF multi-feeder kit 607K11560. Apios C3060 DABT feeder kit 604K97670. Apios C3060 developer beads black 676K35980. Apios C3060 developer beads cyan 676K35990. Apios C3060 developer beads magenta 676K36000. Apios 63060 developer beads yellow 676K36010. Apios 63060 engine unit C351356. Apios 63060 magenta TNM 15K. Apios 63060 tray 1 retard nudger roll kit 607K26150. Apios 63060 waste toner bottle CWAA1043. Apios 63060 yellow TNM 15K. Developing DV619. Developing unit DV216. Developing unit DV315 black. Developing unit DV315 cyan. Developing unit DV315 magenta. Developing unit DV315 yellow. And 74 other items. Approved budget for the contract 10,059,551.00 pesos only. Source of funds, EO CY 2024. Delivery date of goods, 20 calendar days. Cost of fee documents, 10,000 pesos. Contract ID 24GLI0022. PR number 2024-07-098. Dated July 23, 2024. Contract name, supply and delivery of office equipment and furnitures and fixtures for use in the office of the District Engineer, DPWH Davao de Oro, 2nd DEO, Compostela, Davao de Oro, 3rd quarter 2024. Contract location, Davao de Oro. Brief description of goods to be procured. Automatic electric stapler, cutting machine, smart heavy duty, document scanner, heavy duty, document shredder with automatic paper feed, laminating machine, heavy duty, portable power station, 1024 watt-hour per 2,600 watts and 19 other items. Approved budget for the contract, 2,563,572 pesos only. Source of funds, EO CY 2024. Delivery date of goods, 20 calendar days and cost of key documents, 5,000 pesos. Contract ID 24GLI 0023. NTR number 2024-07-095. Dated July 17, 2024. Contract name, supply and delivery of fuel diesel for use in the office of the District Engineer, DPWH Davao de Oro, 2nd DEO, Compostela, Davao de Oro, Maharlika Highway, L01475 K1377 plus minus 201 to K1417 plus 756 Montevista to Dinas Road, S00130 MN, K1413 plus minus 602 to K1432 plus 966, 3rd quarter 2024. Contract location, Davao de Oro. Brief description of goods to be procured. Fuel diesel. Approved budget for the contract, 1,338,740 pesos only. Source of funds, ELCY 2024. Delivery date of goods, 20 calendar days. Cost of key documents, 5,000 pesos.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers. And lastly, contract ID 24GLI0024 with the PR number of 2024-08-101 dated August 19, 2024. Contract name, supply and delivery of heavy equipment and service vehicles for use in construction, rehabilitation and improvement of national roads and bridges and other infrastructure projects of Davao de Oro. 2nd District Engineering Office, Compostela, Davao de Oro. Contract location, Davao de Oro. Brief description of goods to be procured: hydraulic excavator, wheel-mounted backhoe loader, fuel truck, stake truck with manlift and boom frame and pickup. Approved budget for the contract EBC 24,883,500. Source of funds DEO 2024. Delivery date of goods 20 calendar days. Cost of the documents 25,000. That will be all, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you. So, explanation of the projects to be procured by interested bidders. Next in order of business is the requirements of bidding documents, and this is discussed to us by Engineer Arthur Marilor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers. To participate and qualify in our procurement activity, interested bidders are encouraged to read the following documents. Number 1, instruction to bidders. Number 2, bid data sheet. Number 3, general conditions of contract. Number 4, special conditions of contract. Number 5, schedule of requirements. Number 6, technical specifications. Number 7, bill of quantities. Number 8, securities and other forms as may be required for the contract. Bidders are strongly advised to read each provision, especially in the instruction to bidders and general conditions of the contract. Both special instruction are clearly spelled out in the bid data sheet and special conditions of the contract, respectively. Bidders are also encouraged to check the bill of quantity so that your bid will be responsive to the requirements set forth in the bidding documents. These documents can be downloaded free of charge from the Belgium's and DPWH websites. Interested bidders shall pay the applicable amount for the bidding documents not later than the submission of your bids. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for discussing these documents. Next in the order of business is the 1C documents to be submitted by the bidders, and this will be discussed to us by Ms. Bakay.
Thank you, sir. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
The following documents that should be included by the interested bidders in their bids for the technical component of the bid: DTI or SEC registration, mayor's permit, statement of ongoing and similar completed government and private contracts, audited financial statements stamp received by the BIR, income tax return of the preceding year filed and paid through the BIR EFTS, computation of NFCC, tax clearance, field jobs registration under cutting membership, bid security in the prescribed forms, technical specifications, production or delivery schedule, warranty certificate if applicable, brochures of the offered equipment if applicable, omnibus word statement in accordance with the GPCP resolutions, and the secretary's certificate and board resolutions if applicable, for the financial component of the bid form, and the duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. Please be reminded that the following documents: omnibus word statement, bid form, and bid security declaration, if you opted to this type of bid security, should be in standard format as per guidelines of GPCP Resolution number 16/2020. Kindly check the format of the documents you are using to avoid being declared non-responsive pursuant for using unprescribed format. These documents should be submitted using 2-envelope system. Bidders are urged to only fasten the documents at the topmost portion instead of hard or soft binding them. Each document should be air-tagged appropriately. There shall be 3 copies of these documents: original, copy 1, and copy 2. Original copies of technical component of the bid shall be sealed on 1 envelope, and original copies of financial component of the bid shall be sealed on another envelope. These envelopes should be labeled as original copy of technical component and original copy of financial component. These labeled envelopes shall then be sealed into 1 envelope and label it as original copy of the bid. The same process of sealing for copies 1 and 2. Lastly, original copy, copies 1 and 2 of the bid shall be sealed into 1 final envelope and label it inappropriately as instructed in the bidding documents. Bidders are encouraged to read Section 15 of the Instructions to Bidders, page 14, to fully understand the sealing and marking of bids in case you did not catch up what I have said. Submit your bids personally here in our office on or before September 12, 2024, 9 a.m. Late bids will not be accepted. Further, on your bid form and bill of quantities, write discrepancies between bid prices in words and figures. The words will prevail. Bids not addressing or providing or filling out all the required items in the bidding documents, such as in the bill of quantities, the bid is considered non-responsive and is outright disqualified. Always check your documents before submitting the same to our end to avoid disqualification of your firm. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for discussing the documents. Next in order of business is the 1C, the explains criteria procedure for duty check, and this will be discussed to us by Engineer GPDCU.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So the criteria for eligibility check are set forth in Section 23 of Revised IRR of RA 994. So all prospective bidders should have an updated Class A legal, technical, and financial documents and class B documents if applicable. So these documents were already discussed by Ms. Bakay a while ago. During the opening of bids, the first envelope, which contains the technical component of bid, will be opened. After opening the first envelope, the back shall conduct preliminary examination of the technical components of your bids and eligibility. Bidders who pass the eligibility and preliminary examination of the technical proposal, their financial proposal will be opened. All open financial components of the bid will undergo preliminary examination. If passed, the chairperson or the presiding officer will read the bid amounts stated on the bid form. After the opening of bids, the back through the technical working group will immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria in considering first completeness of the bid and second arithmetical corrections. Bids will then be ranked in ascending order of their total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications to identify the lowest calculated bid. The lowest calculated bid will undergo post-qualification in order to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all requirements and conditions as specified in bidding documents. If found to be responsive, the bidder will be declared lowest or single calculated and responsive bid and will be recommended for the award of the contract. If found to be non-responsive, the committee will conduct post-qualification to the next lowest calculated bid round during the bid evaluation stage. Reminders to our prospective suppliers: the entries of the original copy of the bill of quantities shall be handwritten and limited to 2 decimal places only and shall be signed by the duly authorized representative. Please take note that this is procurement for goods and services. We have no system yet for electronic submission bids, so your bids shall be submitted on manual submission. The deadline of submission of bids will be on or before September 12, 2024 until 9 a.m. The place of opening bids will be here at the DPWH Davao de Oro First District Engineering Office at Montevista, Davao de Oro. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for that discussion. Now, we are now through with Agenda 1. We will proceed to Agenda 2. Questions, comments from leaders and replies of PAG and other representatives of procuring entity. There is a questions. There are. Okay. Now we will proceed to Agenda 3, the other matters. Increased strike policy against violation of Section 69.1.I of IRR 9184, and this will be discussed to us by Engineer Benito.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
In order to establish a clear and transparent system for monitoring offenses committed by bidders in the procurement of infrastructure, goods, and consulting services projects through public bidding, the Department of Public Works and Highways hereby introduces an updated 3-strike policy. This policy is aimed at enforcing adherence to the procurement guidelines stipulated under Section 69.1.5 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act 9184. Under this policy, if a bidder commits 3 offenses, acts described as all other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, he shall be subjected to an administrative penalty. These offenses, acts are further classified into 3 major categories as enumerated below.
As per Department Order 28, Series of 2024, the classification of offenses that triggers the three-strike policy and exception. 1. Withdrawal from the bidding process, submission of a non-participation letter, or failure to submit a bid after purchasing the bid documents. However, the Bids and Awards Committee recognizes certain valid reasons for these actions. If the bidder, after reviewing the bidding documents and evaluating the available market options, determines that the required goods or supplies either are not available or that the available alternatives do not meet the specified technical specifications. Additionally, if providing the specified goods or supplies would require the bidder to incur costs exceeding the competitive and financially viable range, or if adherence to the specification would lead to a bid price that is not economically favorable, the bidder may withdraw. To validate this reason, the bidder should present an affidavit demonstrating that participating in the bid under this condition will be financially unsustainable. Number 2, submission of late bids without valid reasons, as determined by the bank. Exception will be considered under extraordinary circumstances such as force majeure. This refers to unexpected and unavoidable external events that impede or prevent a bidder from timely bid submission as defined in Article 1174 of the Philippine Civil Code. Number 3, submission of patently insufficient bid. A patently insufficient bid refers to a bid that fails to include or comply with certain mandatory requirements. Determination of whether a bidder committed such an offense may occur as outlined below. A. During eligibility screening and or shortlisting. Submission of an expired certificate of Philippine government electronic procurement system, field jobs registration, Latino membership, or a certificate of field job certification containing expired Class A legal and financial documents as determined during the eligibility screening. B. During bid evaluation. Failure to submit required bid form as outlined in Annex C, detailing the complete list of required bid forms. Submission of incomplete, insufficient, or defective documents due to the non-inclusion and or omission of mandatory provisions and statements for the required bid forms as per Annex C, outlining the mandatory provisions of required forms. Submission of an unauthorized bid securing declaration, an omnibus sworn statement, and joint venture agreement, or statements from all the potential joint venture partners, with the exception during the declaration of state of calamity or implementation of community quarantine or similar restriction declared or being implemented either in the local of the procuring entity or of the bidder. Submission of the bid form, price schedules, bid securing declaration, omnibus sworn statement, and joint venture agreement without the name, legal capacity, and signature of the bidder or its authorized representative. C. During post-qualifications. Participation in bidding for consulting services or goods or good and services contracts by a bidder whose business type category, as indicated on the mayor's permit, does not match or unrelated to the contract being bid for as determined during the post-qualification process. Next, enforces and penalties. If a bidder commits any of the 3 major offenses, acts listed about 3 times within a year starting from the approval date of the resolution recommending the imposition of strike 1 first warning, which is counted as day 1 through day 365, and if these 3 offenses are of a similar or identical nature, it will trigger the enforcement of the stipulated administrative penalty. Suspension from participating in all DPWH procurement activities and entering into contract with any DPWH procuring entity. Subsequently, as per the procedure outlined in Annex A, this may result in the blacklisting of the suspended bidder, thereby disqualifying the bidder from participating in any government procurement activities for a period of 1 year. In conjunction with blacklisting, the bidder will also face bid security forfeiture and must comply with the enforcement of the bid securing declarations conditions. In more severe instances, when a bidder commits another set of 3 similar offenses or more than 2 sets of 3 similar offenses, instances where more than 6 similar offenses occur within the said 1-year time frame, that the bidder is subjected to an increased penalty resulting in blacklisting for a period of 2 years. The effective duration for the penalty of either 1 or 2 years is applicable will be clearly stipulated in the blacklisting order. The provision that the duration of blacklisting shall not exceed a maximum period of 2 years, commencing on the date the blacklisting order is approved and issued by the Secretary. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Prospective leaders, no? Please be careful, be careful.
Nag-meeting na.
Read the instruction, understand, and comply
Okay.
to avoid the three-strike policy. Next, to proceed to the last agenda, the summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins, to be issued, and this will be presented to us by Engineer Salmon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers. All needed information were discussed and explained by the resource person. I would like to remind the prospective bidders to visit from time to time the DPWH and PhilJIP's websites, especially within 7 calendar days prior to the deadline of submission of bids. For supplemental or bid bulletins to be issued thereafter. Please also be reminded that the opening of bids will be on September 12, 2024 at 10 a.m. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All of the business of the agenda is were already taken into consideration. May I know the pleasure of the body?
I hope to adjourn this conference.
I second the motion.
It's moved by Engineer Benito, seconded by Shuri Singh, and with no objection, the motion to adjourn this conference is hereby approved. This conference is now adjourned. Thank you.